crap. Oh, I'm live. Holy crap. Yo, that shit gets me every time. Like, dude, I pushed the button. And it was just like buffering. Yo, what up? This is Wetbury Fitness. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I am streaming on Facebook as well. So I don't know how long I'll be streaming on Facebook because my internet is shoddy. We are using my hotspot, so it's gonna be hopefully it doesn't get too buffery. But if you read the title, we're going to be talking about obesity epidemic and being what is being financially free in 2024. So if you guys can hear me, or if you can't hear me, let me know. I don't know if I can hear me. Turn the volume up if I have to. But as you can see, I am, now I know why now I know why people are always late for their online streams. Setting up, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Got to make sure all your connections are nice and tight. You got to make sure audio is good. Got to have a good internet connection, depending on how many platforms you're streaming on. So far, I'm just streaming on 2 platforms. Yes. So right now, I'm sitting in my truck, waiting for tomorrow's delivery. It's about 20 degrees or so. It's gonna be nice and nipply tomorrow. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Now, I don't schedule these lives. I just do them whenever I have free time. So if you catch this on the playback, make sure you subscribe, like the video, put a comment under the video. Let's get some engagements. I want to hear what you guys think about my content. I don't know how the YouTube algorithms work, but I've been doing so much studying on this stuff. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I think my channel's shadow banned. I get like 14 views, like an average of 14 views per video. It's crazy. How do you have like over 1,000 subs and like no views? But I understand like these platforms are like very congested. So a lot of people have been doing content just like out of nowhere since the pandemic. Like, dude, you got to develop some kind of skill before you start getting like just like I was talking to some 9-year-olds the other day. Well, not the other day, but like a couple months ago. And the first thing they said they wanted to do was they want to be a YouTuber when they grow up. So like, man, you need to develop some skills first, man. Like, what do you think like these guys YouTube takes a huge percentage out of your earnings. So if you're getting paid like 2K a month, I mean, your stuff's cut by 70%, 30%, whatever. So you got to be an extremely talented person with a lot of skill to get, some traffic going to your YouTube channel. So look at me. I've been doing martial arts for over 20 years. Nobody wants my shit. So it has a lot to do with marketing too. So I'll definitely give them that. But I don't do the craziest thing. Like, I actually have some skills, so I don't have to act like a nuthole to get attention, nor do I care. So what is this? But yeah, if you want to do content online, get some skill, do something with yourself, because this is not for everybody. I've been doing this. I've been on YouTube for a good 10 years. 10 plus years. But I've recently just, started doing this like seriously. And that's going to bring me to my subject, which is financial freedom. So, what does it mean to be financially free? How much do you have to make? So, I'll give you my thoughts, but I am going to go over here. Let's see, I had a video I wanted to react to about financial freedom. I'm still getting used to StreamYard, so chill. Is it this one? Here. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. We are going to react to this video about financial freedom. Come on.
What defines financial success? Depends on who you ask. According to a new survey from financial service company Empower, Gen Z Americans believes it takes a salary of $588,000 to be considered financially successful. That's more than double the figure from other generations. And the average American.
How does Gen Z, where are they getting that from? Because, like, you guys are just barely coming into your own. So, like, that's a lot of money. I mean, dude.
Believes a $270,000 salary makes them a
when I was that age, when I was about 18, 19, I thought like I thought $1,000 was a lot, like per week.
Financial success. CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us now for more on this. Kelly, what is behind this 270,000 number, and is that actually attainable?
Okay, so sadly, I don't think that's attainable for the average American. I was looking up some numbers, and if you make over $200,000, that puts you in the top 10%.
The top 10%. Wow.
That is, by definition, not average.
Yes.
And so,
no, that is not. So, so I started truck driving in 2019, and I guess I'll run some numbers off. So my first year in truck driving, I made 69K. So every year after that, it's been going up like 15, 20, 30K. So right now I'm a 15, 17%er, which is, I mean, it's good living, especially when you don't have any kids or a family to take care of. So it's basically dual income for the middle class. So, but yeah.
just for fun, I looked up a couple of jobs that make over $270,000. Plastic surgeon, anesthesiologist, dermatologist. These are all jobs that require lots of schooling, lots of money, lots of loans. Yeah, exactly.
Notice she announced all the schools, but she didn't say any trades like HVAC, CDL, truck driving. Like, I mean, you can be a power lineman and make over 100K. Like, I mean, a lot of jobs that people don't want to do that are dangerous, people don't want to do. So a lot of these jobs go to like the the hardworking people. So
right, and that's not for everyone.
Not saying that doctors and lawyers and all that don't work hard. Their jobs are extremely stressful too, but it takes a lot of schooling. So for me as a truck driver, it took 2 months to get my CDL. What else did I do? I ran cable. It took me about 2 weeks for training. So I mean, you can make between 50 to 100K, just depending on what your position is. So it's really shoddy. Like, I had to do a lot of traveling to make good money. If you want to start running fiber, that is probably like fiber and working and maintenance. That's going to be your higher end salary. So, but I was just a cable technician. I was making a good 42K a year. It was some weeks I would come home with 1,400, and then other weeks it would be like 1,000. So it was very inconsistent, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I just felt like I could do more. So here I am.
one. And so when you think about to your original question of what's driving this, it's a lot of frustration that what we have is not enough and it's getting worse.
People are feeling broke.
Yes.
They're like, what I'm making right now, it ain't cutting it.
Yes.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Government data shows that some Americans are paying more for childcare than they are in their monthly rent. How did we get here, and what?
Okay, I'm going to touch upon childcare. This may be a little bit controversial. I understand childcare is a necessity in America, but like if we just kept the families together, I mean, I understand inflation. I understand we have working class women, but if you get like this is going to be controversial, but like women, you have to pick the right man. Like I don't like I think women are picking I think women are choosing based on attraction more now than ever. So attraction doesn't typically come with a good salary. So like now you have to work. And I mean, if you want to work, that's fine. But like if you don't want to work, you don't have to. You can pick a guy that is doing good with money. It doesn't make you a gold digger. It just makes you a woman. It's okay. So like you're if you're gonna have kids with somebody, you're eventually going to stay home, or you're eventually going to need childcare. But if you stayed home with the kids, you wouldn't need childcare, which is like what 600. It's going to cost you 600 to 1,000 per child, like a week, a month, whatever. So I mean, I don't know how much all that stuff costs because I haven't had to deal with that in a long time. But like, man, just there's a lot of guys out there that make good money that are single as hell. They're just invisible. They're not attractive. They're probably like under 6 feet tall. But I mean, that's just the way the dating market is.
What areas are feeling this the worst?
Well, Lindsay, I'm thinking about having kids with my husband, and I'm going, this is one of the things that's so scary, right? And also one of the things that makes us feel broke. So how did we get here? Okay, so inflation, that's childcare got hit as well. Yep. There were also pandemic funds that helped daycare centers stay open. Those expired last fall. And so companies had to raise prices. And then finally, demand. Lots of people had children during the pandemic. They're having to go back to work to make ends meet. They're having to go back to work in person. So they need that daycare. And some of the places that are hardest hit, the Bronx right here in New York, Stearns County in Minnesota, Essex County in Vermont, it's all over the place.
Wow. Speaking of a mother of a 2.5-year-old, yes, it is. It is what keeps me up at night. But the Dow hit a new record close Monday. What's behind this market boom?
The Treasury pick from President-elect Trump. So markets like Scott Bessent, they're saying, look, he's going to be pro-deregulation. That drives economic growth. He's going to trim government spending. That's good for inflation. And he is going to be more for a gradual rollout of tariffs. And that's also going to be good for inflation, where you don't have companies having to deal with that all at once and hike prices significantly. Basically, markets are looking at this and saying he's more.
So anybody who's in the market or who's investing in the market, you notice like the people on the left don't understand like how important higher tax on capital gains is going to affect the economy. So I guess Kamala wanted to tax the rich. I mean, basically, if you make $1 million, if your income is $1 million and you have investments, so you're going to be getting taxed a little higher. So what that causes is people to jump out of the markets and that's like the majority of your businesses that is obtaining capital gains from their taxes. So if you tax them, they have no money to pay their employees. So what's that going to do? That's going to lower wages for a lot of jobs, especially with successful businesses, and that's going to hurt your earnings. So that's why the markets jumped as soon as Trump was elected president. Became president-elect. So everybody really just started buying up Bitcoin, getting into stocks, because their capital gains tax won't be taxed unrealized. So, but yeah, that's I think Trump, if he follows through with his policies, he will make the economy good and hopefully keep us from World War III. So,
of a tempered pick, and that will help balance out President-elect Trump.
One last thing before we let you go. Macy's says an employee actually kept as much as $154 million in expenses hidden, delaying the company's quarterly release. How? What?
I know, right? So we don't have a lot of details on this yet. They're saying that this didn't really impact paying vendors or their cash flow. But really, if you're an investor, you're looking at this.
If you're watching on YouTube, like the video.
And saying, man, you need a new auditing team.
Wow.
And Macy's, of course, is having a lot of issues already. Their quarterly sales dropped 2.4%.
Okay.
So investors are kind of looking at this and going, okay, not so great.
Okay. Kelly O'Grady, thank you so much. Covered a lot of ground with you tonight. Appreciate it.
My taste in men went from...
Whoa, get out of here. All right. So about that. So my definition of financial freedom is going to be very different from most people. And that could definitely change. So I consider financial freedom the moment you don't feel stressed about paying bills. The only time I check my bank accounts is if I'm looking for charges that I didn't charge. I'm looking for anybody who's hacked my accounts. I'm making sure my credit cards are paid off. That's really the only time I check my accounts. I don't really have to check the balances because I know how much I make a week and I know how much I spend. So if I had to put a number on financial freedom, financial success, maybe $250K a year if you're earning $250K a year. So I would say half of that. If you're single with no debt, no liabilities, I think $170K is financial success. So I think at least in the Midwest, I mean, it's really going to depend on where you live, but like you can support a family on $120K salary. And if you're a minimalist, you could definitely, cut that to like an $80K. So if one man makes an $80K, he could probably support a family of 3. But yeah, I spend quite a bit on my YouTube channel. So I'm definitely living it up. It may not seem like it, but I love my training. And that's what I spend my money on mostly. So I got another video to react to. What are you? Let's go with those. Oops. Stop. All right, let's go with this one. All right.
You're live with BBC News. A new study has found that 1 in 8 of the world's population are now classed as obese. That is more than 1 billion people overall. The World Health Organization says that governments and the food industry need to support efforts to reduce obesity, particularly in young people. In the UK, obesity rates have doubled.
In my opinion, I think obesity starts with the parents. So if you're feeding your child crap food, that's your fault. And the only reason I say that is because I had really good parents. They cooked most of the time. I think we did. I can't remember if it was like 1 to a 2-year stretch where we would go eat fast food every Friday, but that was it. They made sure we ate good. They didn't force us to eat vegetables, but they did make some vegetables that taste good. So my parents knew that me and my brothers like certain vegetables, so they would feed it to us. And I mean, you got to find a way to feed them healthy foods. Stay away from this processed crap.
In the last 30 years.
All over the world, we're getting larger. The authors of this study say they are shocked by how fast obesity levels have risen since 1990. And they're urging governments to get serious about a health problem linked to heart disease, diabetes, and...
I don't know. Okay, so this is where it gets like, this is where I can get shadow banned, but like, dude, there are so many tight spaces that I've had to walk through. And if I was this large, it would make my life a little harder. Like being this big, it's just it makes your body work harder. I mean, you can't get that big too quick. Like if you're getting this big like very quickly, you're gonna die quickly. So like I think it takes time. So I found one of my calendars from 2019, and I was keeping track of my weight because I wanted to lose weight. So I was like sitting at 219 in January, and I was losing like 2 pounds per week. And then that has been a cycle all the way till I guess I could say 2022, where I would lose the weight, gain it, lose the weight, gain it. So I think this is serious shit, because I had to do a lot of researching on human behavior, on foods I was eating, my fitness, because I was training like an animal the whole time. But that's why I was losing the weight and gaining it, because I wasn't eating good. So I was eating a lot of fast food. I was eating a lot of cupcakes and shit. So a lot of people hear me say fat cakes because that's what it does. It makes you fat. So I don't want to go too into it. Maybe I'll do that on another stream. But fast forward to 2022, I figured out a way to keep the weight off. So and I will touch up on that in another stream, because I'm hitting the 23 minute mark. I don't want to go past 25. So let's finish this.
some forms of cancer. So how did they measure us? By looking at our BMI, or body mass index, which is calculated using a person's height and weight to work out whether they're under or overweight. The data showed that childhood and teenage obesity had more than quadrupled, from 31 million in 1990 to almost 160 million in 2022.
That is a lot of people. Holy moly.
Among adults, almost...
You know what's happening? They are making money off of this too, because the more you eat, the more you spend.
880 million.
And you guys, one thing I do a lot is fast. So you know what I'm doing when I'm fasting? I'm not spending. Something to think about. They don't talk about fasting.
Were obese in 2022, 4.5 times as many as in 1990. That's more than 1 billion people now classed as obese. Asia and the Caribbean have the fastest rising rates. In Europe and North America, where obesity has been a health problem for longer, levels aren't rising so fast, but they aren't sinking either.
Those of you guys who shop on Amazon, and like I shop for a lot of clothes on Amazon, you really gotta check where your clothes are coming from, because if they're coming from Asia, your extra large isn't going to be available. It's going to be a different size. So like your extra larges might be, an extra large in Asia would be like a large or like a small. So like, yeah, it's just not common to be overweight in over there in the Asian countries.
Many of these children and young people are going to be living with obesity for unless something is done about it, for the majority of their life. And to the best that we know, for many outcomes of obesity, the length of being affected by it matters.
The World Health Organization says governments and the food industry should make healthy food cheaper, restrict the advertising of foods high in fat, sugar, or salt, and support physical activity and good nutrition in schools. The new weight loss drugs might be useful as part of a health.
I love physical activity. I don't know about you guys, but they always say go to the gym, but I mean, I understand people don't want to go to the gym and lift weights. It just feels like work. So if you guys especially if you're in Ohio area and you really want to lose some weight, holler at your boy because I make this shit fun, man. Like I make staying fit fun as hell. And I will definitely do a video on different ways you can stay fit and keep it interesting. So
Healthy diet, it says, but they're not the solution to global obesity. Imogen Folks, BBC News, Geneva.
yeah, so what the hell is the solution to obesity? So well, the only way to stop obesity is let's say you have kids, well, feed them right. And you got to lead by example too. So if you're overweight yourself, I'm telling you, it's I've been there. So I've been there for several years. I think when I turned 29, that's when my metabolism dropped like a waterfall. So, but it was it was interesting until it started messing with my mental health. So once obesity starts messing with your mental health, it's a wrap. You either delete yourself or you'll figure out a way to improve your issues. So once I fixed my obesity, and I would definitely like to talk about this, especially when I have more of an audience, because I just don't want to pour my heart out to zero viewers. So I'm gonna give you the good stuff. I just need more. I definitely want more people listening, because I'm definitely headed toward a direction where if you don't respect me, you're gonna hate me. So it's whatever. But that's really all I got for today. I might do a live stream later if I'm bored, but I'm not. Yep, I'm gonna be in chill mode right now. I'm gonna be doing a lot more research on martial arts stuff. I love reacting to some of these videos. It just gives me a chance to speak my mind on certain things. Yeah. But make sure you guys like the video. Drop a comment, and for you trolls out there, man, keep on trolling. Peace.